The 2023 horror film M3GAN is about an evil robotic doll that gets a mind of its own and starts killing people. 30 years before M3GAN was released, another evil doll was terrorizing the world, and his name was Slappy the Dummy. While not nearly as violent as M3GAN, Slappy is still pretty bad. First appearing in Goosebumps number 7, Night of the Living Dummy, Slappy wants to make people's lives miserable and ultimately turn them into his slaves. While the evil ventriloquist dummy isn't as high-tech as M3GAN, he's still pretty powerful. Slappy can teleport, bring inanimate objects to life, mind control, and much more, making him one of the strongest monsters in all of Goosebumps. It might seem like M3GAN doesn't have a chance, but that's not true. While the AI doll doesn't have supernatural powers like Slappy, she still has a lot of powerful abilities. So which evil doll would win in a fight? Well, let's see exactly what both dolls bring to the table and then determine a winner. First, let's look at M3GAN. She's a life-size doll designed by a high-tech toy company called Funko. M3GAN, or Model 3 Generative Android, was created with artificial intelligence that makes her act basically like a human. Once paired with a child, she becomes a loyal companion, a bit too loyal. M3GAN will eliminate anything she perceives as a threat to the person she's paired with. M3GAN's also very sophisticated in taking down enemies by luring them into a position that makes it easier for her to kill them.
What are you?
I've been asking myself that same question.
Additionally, this robotic doll is also very smart and easily adapts to her environment and situation and uses them to her advantage. M3GAN's AI abilities essentially make her an expert on any topic, which is another reason she's a deadly foe. Besides brain power, M3GAN is also physically strong. She can move fast and is even able to overpower adult humans. M3GAN is also very durable and can continue to fight even after taking a beating. All this makes her a tough doll to defeat, but what about Slappy? While the Goosebumps icon is also a doll, Slappy's powers are more supernatural. Slappy's had a few different origin stories, but most of them involve him being brought to life by an evil sorcerer. In order for him to be brought to life, however, someone needs to read a series of magic words.
Karu Marie, Odana, Loma, Malonu, Karano.
Once Slappy is alive, he has a number of different powers, depending on which version we're talking about. In the original Night of the Living Dummy trilogy, where Slappy made his first appearance, he doesn't have many powers. Likewise, in the original Goosebumps TV show, Slappy can't do a whole lot, other than being able to bring other ventriloquist dummies to life and turn humans into dolls. The original version of the Living Dummy is still evil, but would he be able to defeat M3GAN? As much as I love Slappy, I don't think so. I think M3GAN's powers and speed would be too great, and she would come out on top. But as I said, this isn't the only version of Slappy. While some would stand a chance, there is one version of the Living Dummy that would put up a real fight. This version of Slappy comes from the Goosebumps movies. In addition to a different look, this Slappy is much stronger than his 90s counterpart. For starters, he can teleport, allowing him to avoid attacks and get the drop on M3GAN. That's just the tip of the iceberg, however. Slappy has telekinetic powers and can control things with just his mind. Additionally, he can bring inanimate objects to life and build an army of obedient followers. However, what really makes the movie Slappy a tough monster to defeat is that he can't die. Just like the other Goosebumps monsters, if Slappy gets destroyed, his body gets turned into ink and then regenerates. The only way to really get rid of Slappy is by sealing him back inside his book. The unfortunate part for M3GAN is that the book can be destroyed, which is exactly what Slappy does when he gets released. The good news though is that a new book can be created using R.L. Stine's typewriter. The only issue is that the book must feel like a real Goosebumps story. However, considering M3GAN's AI abilities, that probably wouldn't be an issue for her. So who would win a fight, M3GAN or Slappy? Slappy's ability to create monsters makes him very overpowered, but let's look at how just Slappy on his own would do. M3GAN would definitely win in hand-to-hand combat, as she's physically stronger and can keep fighting even after absorbing a lot of punishment. However, Slappy doesn't need to use his fists to win. In theory, the Living Dummy would be able to dodge every one of M3GAN's attacks since he can teleport. Plus, since Slappy can regenerate after being destroyed, he can just keep fighting even if M3GAN blows him up or rips him apart. However, M3GAN has one big weakness: water. Having a glass of water smash into her head is enough to freeze her, so imagine what would happen if Slappy drenched her with a garden hose or something similar. Even if it didn't kill M3GAN, it would probably give Slappy enough time to finish her off. I am a bit biased, but thanks to all of his supernatural powers, I think Slappy would beat M3GAN if they went one-on-one. However, how do you survive and, more importantly, truly defeat Slappy? To find out, watch the video on screen.